Welcome back to Boring Reviews. Jodi here.
Nick here.
And today we're reacting to another...
I love it. Sorry, I'm being rude. Sarah Millican. Millicent.
You are such a jerk bones.
Sarah...
A jerky bones.
Millican.
You're a jerky bones. And we are reacting
jerky
to...
bones?
Nobody would think of it that way.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just making fun of how bad that is. I know you're doing lazy bones from Cart Narcs.
Gotta watch them.
But jerky bones just doesn't work. And we are checking out the joys of retirement. Oh, I cannot wait.
Me either. There are 4 teachers that I work with at school that are retiring after this year, and I'm just like...
You know what's crazy?
But they put their time in.
Sorry.
Seriously.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. What's crazy, Nikolai?
Well, a different thing that's crazy is when I edit these videos, there's so many times where I shudder like, oh my gosh. You just cut her off. I do it all the time. And it's my biggest pet peeve, but I do it all the time, so I do apologize.
I do notice that. You always cut me off and you talk forever. Just in like real life, not like on YouTube, but just on
here
life.
too.
But even when I talk, you're like, loop, I'm going to talk, but I can never.
Now, first of all.
I am so glad you recognize that. I am so glad.
I will not say
Justice for Jodi. Type in the comments, justice for Jodi.
I will not say a word. Anyways.
Hashtag justice for Jodi.
I'm just going to apologize. That's it. Now, funny thing is, I'm only 17 years away from retirement. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not that much. Let's go. Anyways, if I last that long.
I hate you.
So we're going to check this out from Sarah Millican. No, you don't. If you like our reaction to this anyway, please don't forget to
like this video, hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video, and subscribe to our channel. I did it backwards this time, but it's because I kept thinking, Nick, I do love you.
I love you too.
Thank you, but you said no, I don't.
I always say that, and then it also bugs the people, or at least one person commented, Nick, it's okay to accept love.
Oh, it is okay to accept love.
It's okay. You can believe that she loves it. That's not why I say it. I'm just an annoying
You just like
jerk.
to be out of the say.
That's all there is to it.
Like to be controversial.
Here we go.
But you know, we're all getting older. I turned 39 this year. I'm not worried about turning 40 next year. I'm not worried about getting older at all. And I think that's because I have good friends in their 40s, 50s, 60s. My parents are sort of late 60s, early 70s. And they all seem to be having quite a nice time. What I see as my future is not a scary one. My parents have this thing that I think happens to a lot of people when they retire, is all of a sudden they can see their friends a lot more often. They can do hobbies they've never had time for. And they're so busy, they think to themselves, how on earth did we fit work in? Which must be a lovely state of affairs, mustn't it? My mum was showing us her diary because she said it was chock-a-block. She said, look at this. She said we were going to go and see Oliver the Musical that day, but we can't because we forgot we had Swan Lake booked in at the Empire. She's only this tall. She looked up at me with this face that I adore and she went, I haven't got time to die. I said, I don't think that's how it works, Mum. Just the Grim Reaper standing behind and she's going, I can't do October. I can't do November. I want to see Tony Bennett in November. And the Grim Reaper's like, Tony Bennett, I've been after him for years.
Recently passed away.
But for the last 16 or maybe even 17 years, my mum and dad's annual holiday has been 1 week in Edinburgh. They love the city, they have friends there, they go, they have a smashing time, they come home, all good. But for some unknown reason, 2 years ago, they decided to book a cruise. And I said to me, Mum, that's very adventurous. What made you book a cruise? And she said, we just saw them loads at the telly. And I said, yeah, Mum, I'm pretty sure that was the news. They were running aground and people were dying. And my mum and dad are like, that looks lovely, she would do that. My parents-in-law have a similar joy for life. They have a real knack for being able to turn a bad situation into a good one. I think it's something we could really learn from, all of us, I think. I'll give you an example of this. They're both semi-retired, and my father-in-law was caught speeding. Now, I don't know if you know this, I didn't know this, that if you're caught speeding and you choose to do the speed awareness course, that you have to do it in the town where you were caught as opposed to where you live if it's different. They're based in the Midlands. He was caught speeding in Bournemouth. And my mother-in-law said to me, we've decided to make a weekend of it.
Yes, that's a great attitude.
But I know getting older is no plain sailing. I know that there are problems along the way. One of my friends is in her 60s. Have we got any women who are 60 or above? Give us a cheer. A few of you, so maybe you can vouch if this is true or not. One of my friends, she's 62, and she said, there's something I need to tell you. I said, that sounds really serious. Is it serious? She said, well, I just don't want it to come as much of a surprise to you as it did to me. I said, okay, well, you better tell us what it is then. She said, when you get to my age, down there, instead of it being a lovely, healthy pink colour, I could have walked away right then and there. Whatever you've got, I don't want to know. Instead of it being a lovely, healthy pink colour, it's more of a slate grey. It's the detail that I love. She didn't say grey, she said slate grey. Like she'd had the Dulux colour chart out. Here, Terry, look at that. Do you think that's thunder or slate? I was so horrified by what I just learned that I blurted out, you mean like when meat's on the turn? Does that smell all right to you? There'll be a few handbag mirrors coming out when they get in tonight, I reckon.
Gotta check it.
But my mum is nearly 70 and she's in a wheelchair, and sometimes people are mean to her because she's in a wheelchair, which is horrible and hurts all of us, but her especially. And I was trying to think of just some small way that she could retaliate when that happens to make her feel a little bit better, you know. And I was trying to teach her the cough swear thing. You know the cough swear thing? Arsehole. I was trying to teach her that. Because she's always so immaculately dressed and her nails are always perfect. And I thought nobody for a second would suspect. They'd be like, did that lady just? Did she just? Arsehole. Did she just? No, look at her nails. Get her a lozenge. So we talked about it, we laughed about it, we moved on in conversation. About 10 minutes later, I told about something entirely different. And my mum said, I had to go to the doctors this week. I said, oh, is everything all right? She said, yeah, but I had to see the nurse. I said, oh, is that not good? She said, oh, it's the one I don't really like. I said, oh, never mind. She said, yeah, you know the one I think's a bit of a cunt. What have I done? She did the cough like it was a full stop.
A lot of great stories in that one. Jeez Louise.
Seriously. I love the way her parents seem. I'm like, I need to start doing that. Just being sick and be like, we're gonna make a vacation out of it.
Yes, I know, right?
Like, that is so awesome. I mean, yes, no, I don't swear and cough at people, but I mean, in the car, I'll definitely be like, you jerk. But
ooh.
I know, watch out.
Watch out now. Get out the censor.
I know, so mean of me.
You know, she said earlier on that, I think it was her parents, now they're retired, they don't know how they had time to work at one point. And I get that because we're just now literally are ending our summer vacation as teachers. We go back on Monday as of recording this. And just about every day. Now, I was able to sleep in longer and go to sleep later, all that kind of stuff. But every single day I had 2 or 3 or 4 things to do. They weren't mind-blowing things. They weren't the most amazing. And some of those things were things that needed to get done that probably would have to call in from work to go and do. So you kind of get yourself really, really busy. It's not just literally laying around and watching the same 11 o'clock and 11:30 and 12 o'clock program every single day. Is this or that. Now, you can do that because you have the summers off, but I can see where they're getting at. I can see what they're saying. And you kind of
fill your time. Yeah,
and I think like you would do like events. Like next month, we got these different three things that we're going to do. Oh, so cool. We'll do these different errands, this or that. But it's crazy when you're working full time. You got, whether you have kids or pets or whatever it is, you have different responsibilities. You wonder like, man, I don't have 5 minutes to scratch my back or something, you know? But
I have to say, going off of what you're saying, and since you paused, I started talking, sorry. There was my interruption. But as teachers, we were just saying that because we were back to work this past week for just the teachers. And we were all talking about how we had this huge list of things to do and how 3/4 of it didn't get done. And
excuse me. 3/4 of your list went to me.
No. But I mean, the first week our school was out, I got so much done. I was so proud of myself. I got things organized, went through things. I was like, this is rocking. But I had planned to paint my son's room that we started painting
years ago.
Like 3 years ago.
Years ago.
And he's like in no rush. It's our youngest son.
I like
He's
it
like,
the
I
way
like
it
it.
is. So bad.
It's so bad, but it doesn't like motivate me to go finish. In his room, it's like every day, clean it. So anyway, did I get that done? No. Did I hang up the thing in our bedroom that I've been meaning to hang up in our bathroom? That macrame thing that's no. And then I wanted to shampoo our carpets, and that did not get done.
Like you were ever gonna shampoo the carpets? No.
You're right. I would have started, and I know that you would have said, Jodi.
You gotta move furniture for that. But yeah, retirement definitely does sound lovely, and there's got to be a sense too, like a feeling of accomplishment when you're like, I worked for so long and was able to put money away, or I worked for a company or a job that had money put away for me. So now I'm living off what I had earned through those years, as opposed to like, I'm just gonna retire and hopefully I can make my bills. Like, that's gonna be such a great feeling. Can't wait for it, but I'm not gonna look forward to it yet because it's still a ways to go for me.
Long time. You gotta earn it.
If you like our reaction to this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
Goodbye.